আসসালামু আলাইকুম। আম চলে আসলাম আবারও রিচার্ডের সাথে স্পিকিং প্র্যাকটিস নিয়ে। উম আপনারা যারা ইংলিশে স্পিকিং এ ভয় পান, তারা কিন্তু রিচার্ডের সাথে স্পিকিং সেশন জয়েন করে আপনাদের স্পিকিংটাকে প্র্যাকটিস করে নিতে পারেন আম আপনাদের IELTS এক্সামের জন্য। সো রিচার্ড, সে হ্যালো।
Hello.
হাই
Hi,
এভরিওয়ান।
everyone. Hi, how is
ওকে,
everyone?
ইয়েস, আই
I hope
থিংক
you're all well.
ইয়েস। সো উম আজকে আমরা ফার্স্ট যে টপিক নিয়ে কথা বলবো সেটা হচ্ছে describe a quiet place you like to spend your time in.
Okay, so
Okay. Mm-hmm.
there's two quiet places I like to spend time in. The
Yes.
first one is at home in the
Mm-hmm.
conservatory. So the conservatory is a glass extension to the main house, which I'm
Okay.
sat in right now. But when I'm not teaching or doing any work, this is a great place to come because you can hear everything. So you can hear the
Hmm.
rain on the roof, you can hear the breeze blowing against the glass, you can see the garden and the trees moving in the wind. And it's a great place to come and think and to sit quietly and just relax and enjoy the surroundings. It's
Hmm.
very quiet and very comfortable. It gives you inner peace.
In a place. So it's a conservatory.
Yeah, conservatory. It's
Conservatory.
yeah,
Conservatory. Okay.
conservatory. Yeah, it's a glass.
Conservatory.
It's a glass house, basically. Well, it's a glass extension, basically. And then the other place is uh, is a small village, about 20-minute drive away, which has a stream that runs down the mountain and through where people live. So there's houses on either side, and there's a stream, and there's places to sit. Yeah, and while you sit, you can hear everything: the wind in the trees, the wind picking up on people's things in their garden, like dream catchers or bells. You hear animal noises from the chickens, the birds, the dogs, the cats. You also hear the stream rolling down the mountain and through the village, over the stones and through the grass and the reeds. And it's very, very tranquil. Yeah. And it's only good if the weather's good because you won't want to sit there when it's raining. It's not good. But that's
Okay.
another quiet place. What about you? Where do you go when you want somewhere?
Um. Um. I like to go to a park that's beside my house. Basically, I like to go there at morning. Morning when I woke up from my sleep, I like to go there and I like to jog there. I like to walk and run in that park because in the morning there is no crowd there, and you know the weather is so warm. It's like not too much hot, not too much cold. The temperature is like 22-degree, 23-degree, and that thing feels so comfortable. When I walk in that weather, it feels so comfortable. So it also helps to exercise. It keeps me healthy. That's why I like that place very much. Without this park, I like to go in my village. Actually, in our village, it's not developed. It's not properly developed still. There is there are slow internet connections, no wi-fi, no dish line available. No dish line is available there. So when I go there, I'm not capable to use wi-fi properly. That's why I need to keep away from my phone. So I concentrate on nature, the wind, the rain, etc. That's also peaceful, I think.
Mhm. Could
Okay.
you could you live without your phone for a week?
Yes, I can live without my phone for a week, but
Really?
yes, I can live without my phone, but I'll think about it continuously. What's happening around me? What's happening around me? I'll always think about it. I mean, I'll think who is searching me, who is trying to reach me right now. Um, Obviously, there will be a tension, but I can live without it.
Okay, good. That's
Hmm.
good.
Okay, okay. So, is it hard to find quiet places in Manchester?
In the city centre, it would be very difficult to find a quiet place to sit and contemplate because it's very, very busy, the centre of Manchester. However, on the outskirts of the city, in the villages and towns surrounding it, there's plenty of places to find a quiet place. It could be next to a canal, could be next to a stream, a river. There's a lot of um, walks that are geared to be in quiet places. So there's some great walks around dams. You know, dams that stop water from flowing too quickly down a mountain. And there's some nice, massive dams. There's one called the Dovecote Dam, where you can walk about. I think it's about 2 miles all the way around, and it's beautiful to walk there. The views are stunning. You meet different people, but on various different parts of the walk, there's places where you can stop and sit down, and you're shielded from the wind, and you can listen, and you can sit right next to the water, and you can see it flowing backwards and forwards. Very peaceful.
ওকে, ওকে। সো আমরা যেটা শুনলাম এতক্ষণ রিচার্ডের কাছ থেকে, যে প্রথম কোয়েশ্চেন ছিল রিচার্ড কি কোনো কোয়াইট প্লেস লাইক করেন কিনা বা সেটি কি। তো সেই ক্ষেত্রে উনি যেটা বললেন যে উনি একটা কোয়াইট প্লেসে থাকতে পছন্দ করেন, যেটা হচ্ছে কাছে কাছে ঘেরা, এবং সেখানে কাছে ঘেরা প্লেসটা তার কেন পছন্দ, কারণ সেখানে উনি ব্রেইন হলেও খুব ইজিলি দেখতে পাচ্ছে, রেইনের সাউন্ড শুনতে পাচ্ছে, এবং যেটা ওনার কাছে খুব বেশি ভালো লাগছে। এছাড়া উনি ওনার বাসার পাশেই একটা কোয়াইট প্লেস স্ট্রিম, যেখানে আম, হি- পাহাড় আছে, কিছু ছোট ছোট পাহাড় ধরনের, এবং স্ট্রিম আছে, ওখানে উনি যেতে পছন্দ করে। ওকে, ঠিক আছে। নেক্সট কোয়েশ্চেন ইজ, can you tell me why do some people don't like quiet places?
Yeah, because it all depends on what they want to do and how they are. So people that want a quiet place will find one, and people that don't. And the people that don't are usually people that like to be mixing with other people. They like to. They enjoy the loud noises. They enjoy um, lots of conversation, humor, laughter. So they will go to places where there's a lot of crowds. They'll go to places where there's a lot of noise from traffic or a lot of noise from other things like aeroplanes or um, other businesses where there's a hustle and bustle of day to day life. These people will go there rather than find a quiet life. And it's somebody's preference to decide whether or not they would like to go somewhere quiet or to be around noise and other people and other things um, all the time. But I'm sure, or even these people need somewhere to unwind and relax and chill. And that might be at home listening to music or with friends just talking over dinner. You know, everybody's quiet
Hmm.
place is different, and everybody's noisy place or where they'd like to be, where there's a lot of life, is different too.
Oh, thank you. Can you? Tell me if you know anyone who likes noise.
Um,
They don't
no,
like quiet places. They like noise.
no, not really. I think most of my friends like to have somewhere quiet to go to and chill. And I think, well, noisy places. It's like when I go out with my friends, we like to go out and sit in a restaurant or a bar that serves food and sit and talk and just there's an atmosphere because you can hear other people chatting and there's a little bit of noise, but it's not distracting from us being together and having our time together and catching up and enjoying some good food. It's I think my generation prefer quiet and noise.
Okay, your generation prefer quiet place,
I
and
think
our
so.
generation prefer what?
Yeah.
Noisy
Well,
place?
I don't know. You might like quiet places too, but I definitely know there's the majority of my generation prefer quiet places now than they used
Okay.
to, whereas I think the other way around for a younger generation prefer noisier places than quiet places, or because of what's happened over the last few years, I think it's a 50-50 split now.
50-50 play. So আমরা যেটা দেখতে পেলাম রিচার্ড কিছুটা কম্পারিজন করলো যে কেউ কোয়াইট প্লেস এবং নয়েজি প্লেস কে কতটা পছন্দ করে বা ব্যাপারটা কিভাবে ডিপেন্ড করে বা সে এই সম্পর্কে জানে কিনা। ওকে, মুভ টু আওয়ার নেক্সট টপিক।
Okay.
So can you describe a time when you helped a friend?
Yes. So a few years ago, a friend said, "Oh, it'd be really nice to see you, but I have some things to do which I might need your help with." And I said, "What do you want me to do?" He says, "I want you to move a sofa from one building to another one.
Okay, okay. Can you repeat?
We need to remove a sofa, a settee,
Sofa.
yeah,
Okay,
a
okay.
sofa
Sofa.
from one building to another."
To another building.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I said, "Oh, okay. How many people are moving it?" And he said, "You and me."
So two people are moving a sofa from
A,
one
a
building to another building.
four-seater sofa with wood base.
Okay,
So
four
very heavy.
seater sofa. So um approximately can you tell us about the weight approximately?
Oh my
What would be
gosh.
the weight?
Probably about 120 kilos.
120? Just two people? Okay.
120 kilos made of wood and fabric and cushions. And
Okay.
it was on the top floor of the first building. And we had to take it down the stairs.
Top floor, like which floor?
So I think it was the fourth floor of this block because
Okay.
there was
First
only four
floor.
floors. There was only
Hmm.
four floors. So the four floors, so it was like 8 flights of stairs
Okay.
and down the stairs,
Okay.
overcoming the corners, trying to lift up and over the sides of the really bad and very heavy. And then we had
Okay.
to walk it a block, so a street, so probably I would say um, maybe uh, less than quarter of a mile, maybe point
Less
0.3
than
of them.
quarter of a mile.
Yeah, less than quarter of a mile.
You and
But
your friend was carrying that sofa
carrying, so yeah, on our heads.
on your hands.
We
Okay.
turned it. We turned it
Hmm.
upside down and
Hmm.
put our heads in the cushions,
Okay.
and we started walking. And we got there, and I was absolutely shattered. I was shattered. I couldn't. He said, "Where?" I said, "Where's it going?"
Hmm.
And he said, "It's going up on the third floor." I said, "Oh my gosh!" And
Is
honestly,
there any lift? Was there any
no,
lift?
yeah, there was, but you couldn't get the sofa in the lift
Okay, okay, because of its size, right?
because of its size. We did try. Um, I have. He did see whether we could take it into the back of the apartment and open the windows and pull it by a rope up to the window. Wouldn't
You want to pull that sofa
no,
by
it
a
was
rope?
too heavy. We had to carry it up the stairs. And honestly, afterwards, I was filthy. I was sweating. It was so hard to do, and it took us about an hour and 45 minutes to
Hmm.
take it down, across, and up. And afterwards, he says, "Right, so where should we? I'll take you out for something to eat." And I said, "Okay, I'd rather go to bed. To be honest, I'm very tired." But yeah, so we went out for something to eat, and I helped him, and I did a good turn for the day. So I felt good about it
Okay,
because I know that he would have helped me if I needed him to help me.
I got it. So, why did you help him?
Because he's a good friend and he asked me very nicely. And I did get a meal out of it at the end of the day.
Okay, okay. So, how you felt about it?
I felt really good. During it, I felt really tired and I was thinking, why did I agree to do this? What was I thinking? You know, I had a quiet day. I was all dressed, ready to go somewhere. And then now I had to start carrying and lifting heavy things up and down stairs, trying to hold it so that we wouldn't break the sofa, walking across the street. You know, it was a good job.
Great experience.
It
Great
was a good
experience.
experience, and it was good for
Not
keeping
just
fit. It
good,
was
it
good,
was great, I think.
yeah, and good for keeping fit as well.
Keeping fat. So, you should do it every day,
No,
right? Why not every day? If it helps you to reduce your fat.
no, maybe once in a lifetime. Maybe that's.
Once in a lifetime.
I
Okay,
would say
okay.
that's about as much as I could handle. I think.
that that much you can handle, right?
Oh yeah, once, yeah.
Okay.
Uh, once you've done it once, you don't need to do it again.
You don't want to do that again in your
No,
whole
no, no,
life.
absolutely.
ওকে, তাহলে আমরা যেটা দেখলাম, আমরা রিচার্ডকে কোয়েশ্চেন করেছি যে উনি ওনার কোনো ফ্রেন্ডকে হেল্প করেছে এমন কোনো ইস্যু নিয়ে বলার জন্য। তো উনি যেটা বললেন খুবই মজার, বেশ খুবই মজার একটা টপিক নিয়ে আমরা আলোচনা করলাম। সেটা হচ্ছে যে উনি ওনার ফ্রেন্ডকে একটা সোফা মুভ করতে হেল্প করেছে, এবং এটা খুবই খুবই ইন্টারেস্টিং একটা এক্সপেরিয়েন্স ছিল। ওকে, মুভ টু আওয়ার নেক্সট টপিক, হুইচ
What
ইজ
you want to do the clock?
ইউ ওয়ান্ট টু ডু দ্য ক্লক?
I don't
আচ্ছা,
mind.
ইয়েস, ইয়েস। ওকে, আজকে আমরা অনেক মজার একটা জিনিস শিখবো। যেমন নরমালি এখন যদি আহ, 2টা 45 বাজে, তাহলে আমরা বলি ইটস 2:45। বাট যখন আমরা আম বাইরের কারো ওয়েতে কথাটা বলতে যাব, তখন কিন্তু 2:45 বলে না। তারা এটাকে বলে ইটস কোয়ার্টার টু 3, রাইট? 2:45 ইজ কোয়ার্টার টু 3। সো এই জিনিসটাই আমরা আজকে শিখব, যে কিভাবে কোয়ার্টার টু 45, সরি কোয়ার্টার টু 3 বা পাস টু 15, 3 পাস টু 15 এই ধরনের কথাগুলো বলে, কিভাবে বলে। তা আমরা আজকে ওই জিনিসটাই শিখবো। ওকে রিচার্ড, লেটস স্টার্ট ইট।
Okay, so
ইয়েস,
this is how a clock would look. So
ইয়েস,
this is the hour. This is half. So and this side of the clock, if the hands are pointing here, is past the hour. And this side, the other side, is to the hour or to the next hour. So the time we have here is 11:45, which means it's quarter to the next hour, which is 12. So it's quarter to 12.
আচ্ছা, তাহলে আমরা রিচার্ডের ছবিটাতে যেটা দেখতে পাচ্ছি, বেসিক্যালি আমরা যদি মিনিটকে ভাগ করি, আমাদের 6 পর্যন্ত বলা হচ্ছে হাফ, এবং 6 এর পর থেকে 12 পর্যন্ত আমরা বাকি টাইমটাকে 2 দিয়ে প্রকাশ করছি। সো ক্যান ইউ শো মি দ্যাট পেজ এগেইন?
Yeah, 1 second. Let me just
ওকে,
do. I'm just going to do 12, 3, 6, 9, 2, 4, 5, 8, 10, 11. And if we had here and here. Okay, there we go. So this is the past. This is the to side, and that is the past side. And I'll show you on the other side of here a different time using the past.
ওকে,
Okay, and that's 2. Okay, so here we have. Oh, hang on. Okay, so here we have. This is the past side. So this time here is, it's the small hand's pointing to the hour of 1, and the big hand's pointing to that to 2.
মিনিট,
To
ওকে,
the
2.
minutes. That's the minute hand, and the hour hand.
That's let me say that's 1 past 10.
Other way around, it's 10 past 1.
Oh, sorry, it's 10 past 1.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
so the hour hand, the minute hand. There's 10 minutes. Because it's on this side, it's past the hour. So it's 10 past the hour of 1. So 10 past
10
1.
past 1, 10 past 1. তাহলে আমরা যখন এখানে আমরা ক্লকে দেখতে পাচ্ছি যে একটা 10 বাজে, আমরা যদি একটা 10 তাদের মতো করে প্রকাশ করতে চাই, ওই ক্ষেত্রে আমাদেরকে বলতে হবে যে 10 past 1, 10
Yeah.
past 1. Okay, so if it's 1, if it's 2:20, then I have to say it's 20 past 2.
Correct. Absolutely.
Okay,
Well done. And
okay, 20 past
the
2.
reason, and each one of these numbers is 5, where the minute hand is 5 minutes. But when we
5
get
minutes.
to 15 minutes, we don't say it's 15 past 1. We say it's quarter past 1. Because
15 past 1 or quarter past 1.
you won't say 15 past 1, you would say quarter past
ওকে,
1.
ওকে।
And
যখন আমাদের 15 মিনিট করে হবে তখন কিন্তু আমরা এটাকে 15 বলবো না। এমনিতে যখন আমাদের একে মিনিটের কাঁটাটা থামছে, আমরা হয়তো বা 5 বলছি, 10 বলছি, বা 4 এ থাকলে আমরা 20 বলছি। কিন্তু যখন আমাদের 3 তে থাকবে তখন কিন্তু আমরা এটাকে আম 15 বলবো না। আমরা এটাকে বলবো quarter, quarter past 1. Okay,
quarter past
okay.
1. And that's why here we have half, because we don't say 30 minutes past 1. We
Okay.
usually say half past 1.
Half
Yeah.
past 1. Okay, যখন আমাদের কাঁটাটা 6 এর ঘরে থাকবে আমরা কিন্তু 30 বলবো না, আমরা বলবো half past 1. Okay,
Yeah.
next.
And then when we go to, when we go to this side, when the
Okay.
hours are on this side, it's to the next hour, So it's
2 to the next hour. If it's
yeah.
there is showing it's 11:45, so we will say it's quarter to 12.
Correct. Absolutely correct. Brilliant.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
And
quarter
then,
to
and
12.
if it was where the 7 was, if this hand is here, we would say it's 25 to 12.
Okay, 25 to 12. Like there 25 minutes is remaining.
There's 25 minutes remaining to the next hour till it's
Okay,
o'clock.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. I got
And
it.
then
I
here would
got it.
be 20 to 12, quarter to 12, 10 to 12, 5 to 12, and then 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. Okay, okay. So, can you take a short exam of mine?
A what?
Short exam. Short exam.
Of course, yes.
Okay, okay. I will love it.
You want me to give you a short exam?
Yes.
Okay, hang on. I'll draw it. Hang on.
Yes.
Okay, hang on. Okay, this one here. What time is this?
Okay. What time is this? Hmm. It's 4 past 25.
Other way around. This
No,
is
no,
the
no,
hour.
no. 25. Wait. 25 past 4.
Yay!
Okay. you know, I just say the hour at first and the minute last. So ব্যাপারটা এমন হবে না, ব্যাপারটা হবে আমাদেরকে মিনিটটা আগে বলতে হবে. So we have to say the minute at first and then the hour.
Correct.
25 past 4.
Yeah.
25 past 4.
And this one?
This one is uh 10 to 3.
Mm,
10
10 to 2.
10 to
It's
sorry,
in between.
I thought
It's
it's
in between. It's
oh
in
yes,
between 1
yes.
and 2.
10 to 2. 10 to 2. Thank you.
Yay! Very good. Well done.
Yes. So আপনারা সবাই এই টাইমিংটা প্র্যাকটিস করতে পারেন কারেক্টলি বলার জন্য। যেমনটা দেখলেন আমি নিজেও কিন্তু টাইমিংটা বেশ উইক। সো কিছুটা উইকনেস যাদের এই ব্যাপারে আছে তারা কিন্তু খুব সহজেই ব্যাপারটা প্র্যাকটিস করে ফেলতে পারেন। তাহলে আপনাদের যদি এই ব্যাপারে কোনো দুর্বলতা থাকে এটা দূর হয়ে যাবে এবং কারোর সাথে কমিউনিকেট করার সময় উনি যখন টাইমিংটা বলবে তখন কিন্তু আপনারা খুব ইজিলি ব্যাপারটা বুঝতে পারবেন এবং সেই সাথে তাদের সাথে কোপ আপ করতে পারবেন। Thank you. Okay. Move to our next topic, which
Mhm.
is oh, can you describe about a place that you got lost and you didn't know?
Mm. Yes.
Hmm. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So um, a while ago, I was driving to see somebody,
Hmm.
and I put the information into the sat nav,
Hmm.
and I drove there. And then on the way back, trying to get home, I didn't put the sat nav on, and I drove out thinking I knew the way to get home. And I started driving, and everything started to look familiar. So I was very happy that I was going the right way. And then after about 20 minutes, when I was supposed to be on the motorway by now, I'm still driving around country roads and not knowing where I was going. There was no street signs or anything else. And I couldn't stop on the road to get my sat nav and put it on because the roads were too narrow to stop on one side. So I carried on driving until I found a pub in the country which was open, thank gosh. And I went into the car park and put my sat nav on, but my sat nav wouldn't work because there was no signal. So I had to go into the pub and I had to ask the person that runs the pub, the landlord, how I get back to the motorway to go to Manchester. Yeah,
So
and
were you
and
scared?
no, I wasn't scared. I was. I started to worry a little bit when I couldn't find any houses, couldn't find any shops, businesses, pubs, or anything on these quiet back roads in the country. But as soon as I found the pub, I thought I was okay as long as it was open. And luckily, when I went in, there was people there, and if the landlord wasn't able to help me, one of the other travellers or one of the other guests there told me which way to go back to the motorway, and I'd gone in a completely different way to the way I should have done. So I went left instead of going right at one junction, and that's why I ended up where I was. And then they told me which way to go back, and I managed to go back. And I had my sat nav on, even though there was no signal and it wasn't showing anything. But by the time I got back to the motorway, it came back on and told me how long I had to get home. So I was very
So
thankful,
why there wasn't signal on satellite?
because sometimes in certain areas, you and whichever network you're on, there's no signal, and it causes a lot of problems, And the sat nav then remembers the road layout of where you've been and how you've done it, and tells you how to get back. But that only helps if you know exactly where you are at the time. So
So when did it happen?
happened about 3 months ago.
Oh, just 3 months ago.
Yeah, recently, yeah. It wasn't
How
a
you
long time.
felt about it?
I felt I felt worried and apprehensive while I was trying to find my way home, and then I was a bit embarrassed about going into the pub and saying, "Oh, I don't know where I am. Can you tell me how to get back to
Hmm.
Manchester?" And after that, I felt elated and much more relaxed when I knew where I was going, and I was back in the car, ready to go home.
Okay.
Because we rely far too much on technology to get us home.
Okay. So thankfully you found your way back.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Otherwise, I'd
Okay.
still be there.
No, you would still be here because eventually someone would have helped you.
Oh, yeah. Someone would have told me
Yes,
eventually. Yeah,
yes,
I would have
yes,
found
eventually.
somebody. I would have
Yes.
been a bit more panicky though, but I was
You
okay.
didn't panic because you were experienced. That's why you didn't panic at that
No,
time.
correct. Yeah, I knew what I was doing. So much.
Okay. So describe a puzzle. You have played
Okay. So,
puzzle?
um, yeah, yeah. There's it's
Do you
there's a
like solving puzzle?
Yeah, I love solving puzzles. I like puzzles that are like detective programs. Where you have to find clues to get to the next one, and those type of puzzles. I like anything that uses your brain. So there's a puzzle that I like where there's a load of cars in a car park, and you have to maneuver the cars to get them all out, and you only have a certain amount of moves to do before you can't go anymore. So if you make a mistake, then you can't clear that level and you have to start again. So it's about thinking about where you move them to and how you negotiate getting them out of the car park um, without making a mistake. And
Okay.
and I find that very relaxing as well. It's very good.
So it's like a square, and you need to move them in order to get the car out.
Yeah, so it's like a big square, and then there's walls all the way around it with gaps in the wall at different levels, maybe at the top here and everything else. And then you have to maneuver the cars to get through these holes, but you have to clear other cars first because it's all jam packed, and there's cars that are this way, there's cars that are this way, So it's takes a doesn't take that much of a skill, but it is when it's a big one. It's very difficult to remember what to do, and you can only make one mistake. So
So you have to, if there is one mistake, you have to start it from
Start again.
all over again.
Yeah, but they don't start the same one again. They rearrange it so it makes it harder again. So you don't know what to expect. So
Okay.
you don't go back to finish the one that you started. That's too easy.
Okay. So when do you like to play it?
I like to play it when I'm bored. I put
When
it
you're
on.
bored, when you're
Yeah,
back
so
from your work.
when I'm back from work or when I'm sat just waiting at home just before dinner, um, on the toilet's a good place to do it. It's a good time to
On the
play.
toilets, it's a good
Yeah,
place to play game.
yeah.
Okay, that's a good thing to know. Hmm. Okay, so move up to our next topic,
Okay,
which is describe a live sports match which you have watched.
okay. So I like to go to watch our local rugby team. That's just out rugby.
Rugby.
Yay!
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's just
Okay.
down the road.
Mhm.
It's Sedgley Park. They are a rugby union club, and they played a team from Northampton. No, not Northampton. Northumberland, which is in the north, further north, like around Newcastle way. And I went to see that game, and it was very exciting to actually go to the ground with a friend and pay to go in, walk, and go into the stadium and sit down. And it's because it's a local team. It's not a massive club. All the people are very friendly and very nice. They bring all their families, so they bring their children. Some of the all the players' families and children are in the stadium as well. The coach of the home team, they're all there as well, and the away team sit a bit further down, but they're there in the same place, and everybody talks and watches the game. And then there's a clubhouse where you could go into and stay warm because sat outside in the wind and watching the games very cold. But you could go inside and they have like a balcony where you can stand outside the bar and watch the game from there. It's not as good as view as it is from sitting in the stadium and watching the game, but it's very exciting. It's you see everything that happens. You see the calls by the referee, whether there's a problem, whether there isn't. You can shout encouragement. You can clap. Um, Everybody's there together. It's a great atmosphere for everyone to enjoy. It's a good day out. And then afterwards, you can go into the clubhouse and chat to the players when they come in, or chat to all the other people in the opposition team and say, "Good game. Where are you? How are you playing this season?" So it's all pretty good, really. I
Okay.
really enjoy it. It's amazing.
Thank you. So, have you gone there with your partner or alone?
Oh no, I go with some friends because uh, my partner Sarah, she doesn't like rugby, so
Oh, she doesn't like rugby. So you went
no.
there with some of your friends.
Yeah. I go with some friends who are really into it, like I am. So, and we watch, um, and we meet some other people we know there as well. So, and we all sit together. So it's good. And then afterwards we have a catch up of what's happening, what we've done during the week, talk about the game, talk about what other sports going on, like football and some more rugby. And so, yeah, it's very enjoyable. We like
Okay.
it.
So how you felt about it?
I feel excited about it. It makes you feel good watching a game of rugby with your friends, and and the home team won, so we were very pleased. And they played well. What when it's bad, it's like when there's nobody, when the team doesn't play well, and you lose. It's not
So that
great to
time
see.
you were disappointed when your favorite team loses.
Oh yeah, when my team lose, it's disappointing. Yeah, it's not the end of the world or anything, but it's disappointing.
Okay.
Um, yeah, when I go to see the team, because I used to play rugby for a team when I was younger, and when I go back to see my team play, and they don't play well, it really annoys me because when I played, they were pretty good, my team, and now they're not. They're not great, you know. And they're a big club in Leeds, you know, Yorkshire Carnegie, big club, um, and they don't. I mean, when I played, it was called Headingley, but now they don't play as well as they could do. But it's good. That's why I like it, because I used to play. I love it, so I like to get involved and see how they're doing.
So, is there any favorite player?
Not in the rugby, no. They're all the rugby players over here. When I go see them at Manchester in the local team, don't know. They're all like normal people who just play rugby for the local team. So don't really know any of them. I've only seen a few games, so I've still got to get to know them better, and then I can see how they play. And it'd be nice to, you know, see how they progress throughout the season. When I go to Leeds and see them play, yeah, they're a proper side. You know, the Kevin Sinfield used to play for them once he retired from rugby league. So I used to go and see when he was playing. It was great. Other than that, just enjoy the game rather than trying to know all the players and everything else.
আচ্ছা। সো আমরা রিচার্ডের ফেভারিট প্লে সম্পর্কে জানলাম, যেটি দেখতে উনি পছন্দ করে বা ফ্রেন্ডের সাথে দেখতে গিয়েছিল। তো আপনারা যারা লাইভ দেখছেন, তারা আমাদের ভিডিওটা একটু লাভ লাইক দিয়ে দিবেন, ভিডিওটা একটু শেয়ার করবেন, এবং কেউ যদি ফ্রি স্পিকিং করতে চান, তারা আমাদের মেরসেড কনসালটেন্সি বাংলাদেশে যোগ দিবেন। তাহলেই আমরা আপনাকে কিছু ফ্রি স্পিকিং লাইভ ক্লাসের ব্যবস্থা করে দিব, যেটা আপনারা রিচার্ডের সাথে প্র্যাকটিস করতে পারবেন। তো কেউ যদি চান তার স্পিকিং এর ভয়টা কাটিয়ে উঠতে, তাহলে আমাদের ফ্রি স্পিকিং লাইভ সেশনে জয়েন করতে পারেন, রিচার্ডের সাথে স্পিকিং করতে পারেন, যার মাধ্যমে আপনার ইংলিশে যদি স্পিকিং এ কোনো উইকনেস থাকে সেটা অনেকটাই দূর হয়ে যাবে, এবং আপনার মধ্যে যে ভয়টা কাজ করে সেটা অনেক কম হবে। ওকে, Richard. Next up, we have. Mm, can you tell me your first day at university?
Oh yeah. So my first day at university was really special. It was good. I
Okay.
was very apprehensive but excited at the same time to go and start my new course. I remember walking with my backpack on and going into the campus and into the students' union and through all the corridors and into my faculty to
Okay.
find the classroom. And then going into the classroom was quite daunting because there was about 25, 30 people there
Okay.
who I didn't know, and had to find somewhere to sit because it was in a studio rather than a lecture hall. So I went into the studio and sat down. And the first thing that we were saying hello and talking to people and etc. And then the lecturer came in, and it was the head of the faculty came in to welcome us to the course and to tell us what would be happening and what we needed to do. And that was all exciting. And then we got a timetable, which wasn't great because we had to do like, I think, 18 hours a week, which was a lot of studying, as well as doing all your private studying on top. And then we had to choose a class representative. So the whole class had to choose somebody to represent the class at the student forum to talk with the lecturers and the faculty to see about improvements or things that we didn't like or the things that we did. And everybody, a certain amount of people put their names forward, and then once they saw who was put their name forward, then the lecturer asked for the whole class to vote on the people that had their names in the hat. And there was a few names, and they all voted, and I became year rep.
Oh, okay, okay. Next.
Yeah, and it was fantastic. So, and it was a great experience because it
You
stood
felt good. At the first day, you became,
the
uh,
year representative for the whole of the
okay,
course.
okay, okay. You became the representative of your class.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, okay. That's a very exciting thing. At the first day, you
it
became
was
the
amazing.
representative.
Yeah, well, they
Okay.
voted. They voted me. I didn't. I just
They
put my name,
voted
and then it's
you.
yeah.
So they voted you on what basis? What was the criteria?
There was no criteria. It was
There's no criteria.
they just said who wants to stand for it. So I think there was
Okay.
four of us that did, and then it was and then the lecturers all said, right, these are the people that have put the names in. So we all said, hi, I'm so and so. It'd be an honor to do it. And then from that, they made a decision who they thought would do the best job. And I came out on top, which was very surprising. So it was good. So I
Okay.
enjoyed it.
So what was your university name?
Leeds Metropolitan University. It
Leeds
was,
Metropolitan University.
yeah, it
Okay.
was very big, right next to the Leeds University on similar campus. It's like a continuation.
Okay. What was your topic?
It
Uh,
was business management. My topic.
Business management. Okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it was a great course. It looked at various different aspects of management. It was good, different topics, which was better for me. I didn't really want to do something that was just a pure degree like history or English or maths. Didn't want to do something like I wanted something that had a variety of stuff so that it would keep me engaged because I get bored very easily. So
আচ্ছা, তো আমরা আমাদের যে টপিক নিয়ে মাত্র কথা বললাম সেটা হচ্ছে রিচার্ডের ফার্স্ট ডে অ্যাট ইউনিভার্সিটি নিয়ে আমরা কথা বললাম। সে তার ফার্স্ট ডে অ্যাট ইউনিভার্সিটি নিয়ে শেয়ার করলো। তো আপনারাও আপনাদের ফার্স্ট ডে অ্যাট ইউনিভার্সিটি নিয়ে শেয়ার করতে ভুলবেন না, আপনারা আমাদের জানাবেন। সো রিচার্ড, um, let's finish our live here today, okay? Is it okay?
okay, no worries. Yeah, absolutely.
নো ওয়ারিস। ঠিক আছে। ইনশাআল্লাহ আমরা আবার আগামীকালই চলে আসব রিচার্ড সহ আমাদের স্পিকিং প্র্যাকটিস সেশনে। সেই পর্যন্ত আপনারা সবাই ভালো থাকবেন, সুস্থ থাকবেন এবং আগামীকাল এই টাইমে আমাদের লাইভ প্র্যাকটিস সেশনে জয়েন করে ফেলবেন। যারা, যারা জয়েন করতে চান লাইভ ফ্রি প্র্যাকটিস সেশনে কাইন্ডলি আমাদের মার্সিসাইড কনসালটেন্সি পেজে নক করবেন। তাহলে আমরা আপনাদেরকে রিচার্ডের সাথে ফ্রি স্পিকিং এর ব্যবস্থা করে দিব। যারাই ফ্রি স্পিকিং করতে চাচ্ছেন কাইন্ডলি তারা মার্সিসাইড কনসালটেন্সি পেজে যোগাযোগ করবেন। আমরা আপনাদের ফ্রি স্পিকিং এর ব্যবস্থা করে দিব। ওকে, আজকের মতো এখানেই শেষ করছি আমাদের লাইভ। আসসালামু আলাইকুম এভরিওয়ান। আল্লাহ হাফেজ।
Bye.